What's going on, guys? Crypto Poppy here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and welcome to the NFT Degen weekly update. All right, guys, we've got a jam-packed episode. As always, last week was a big week in NFT Degen land. We had a ton of drops, some good ones, some not so good ones, and some just average ones, and we're gonna break down the week for you right now. As always, let's get started with the Bored Apes floor is sitting at about 6.5 ETH, and the Bored Ape Kennel Dog floor is sitting at about 1.64 ETH. Now, both of these had a run up over the last week. The Bored Apes hitting as high as almost 8 ETH. I think 7.5 ETH, 7.7 ETH may have been the highest that I saw it. And the Bored Ape Kennel Dogs, they hit as high as 2.5 ETH. And they actually sat there for quite a while. And that was because there was some big anticipated news coming last week. You'll remember, if you saw my last episode, that I said that I expected that FOMO to kick in over the news and that we would see the price go up. Now, what happened is no news actually came out. And so now we're hearing that the news is actually maybe this week. And so what we're seeing is some people just simply running impatient and starting to sell their dogs again and potentially their apes as well. Another thing that could be playing into this is we've seen a rise in the price of Ethereum, and it's curious to know whether that will incentivize people to sell their apes. Although personally, I've been watching this really closely, and over the last 3 months that I've been trading NFTs and crypto, I have not been able to make any kind of determination as to whether there is a correlation between the price of ETH versus USD and the price of NFTs against ETH. And so it's really difficult for me to say if ETH continues to go up, then, what does that mean for NFTs? I honestly don't know. I haven't been able to figure out a correlation between them. So let's talk about crypto for a sec, because it has been an insane roller coaster over the last 24 hours related to crypto. Yesterday, Sunday, we heard rumors that Amazon was gonna start accepting Bitcoin this year. Bitcoin pulled in one of the craziest candles that I've seen, and unfortunately didn't really hold. I mean, on some exchanges I saw Bitcoin go up to almost $43,000 and right back down. Right now Bitcoin is trading at 37,000. Now, what happened today to feed into the roller coaster is that Amazon has denied the rumors that they're going to accept Bitcoin, and so we saw a major sell-off in Bitcoin today. And so what does this mean for crypto? I gotta basically go with what I'm seeing in the charts, because that's just what I do. I'm a technical analysis trader. I don't pay that much attention to what's going on in the news. I mean, of course I pay attention to be educated on it, but I don't really make my moves based on what I'm hearing in the news. And for me, Bitcoin still looks bearish in the charts and ETH looks bullish. And I know that sounds crazy because we never actually see them separate themselves from each other, but that's what I'm seeing in the charts, and so that's what I'm going to go with. So moving on to the drop of the week, that one for me has to go to the Royal Society of Players. Look, I minted 20 cards, and man, do I love this project. I think immediately I was captivated by trying to make a royal flush. I actually got fairly lucky that I pulled some really great face cards, and I wasn't that far from making a royal flush. And then I said to myself that I was going to make a royal flush with the same card type, which I did, and I'm super pumped about that because I believe that having a royal flush is going to give you utility in the future. I mean, that's pretty much been announced at this point. On top of that, my king happens to be a stamped king, and I just read in their Discord today that you will get extra bonus points for having things like a royal flush with maybe just one of your cards stamped. So I'm super hyped. I minted 20. I've sold most of mine right now. I am definitely keeping my royal flush. That's a holder forever. I won't be letting that go, and I'll be experiencing sort of the community and what that brings in terms of utility. But I am so hyped for this project, for anybody else who minted and maybe only got common cards, because the floor right now is sitting at 0.11. And look, this project sold out in minutes, and the floor is above the mint price, which I think is one of the only projects I can speak to last week that actually held on. The next project of the week that I'm going to give a shout out to, I actually missed. I was up north without internet service and didn't get to mint these. And I discovered them actually just today on Monday the 26th. And I just love this project. These barn owls are just so cute to look at. And they kind of remind me of Cool Cats. I don't think that's a coincidence. But you know what? I just really love what I'm seeing in the community, the artwork, the simplicity of it. And I got to give it a huge shout out because out of last week's drops, there were not many, as I said, that actually held above their mint price. These were minted at 0.02 is my understanding, and they went up all the way to 0.08. So I know if you minted barn owls, you did well. Congratulations to you. Hopefully you've learned from past mints that if you mint and it goes up above the mint price, you probably want to take some profits at that point. So if you did, well done. You know, the floor price is right down to 0.03 now. That's still 50% above the initial mint price. And I've been buying them at 0.03 just because I missed out on the mint. I love the art, and I'm pretty bullish on this project moving forward. Guys, that's it for projects of the week. I can't really give credit to any other ones that I was aware of. Anyway, let me know if there was something you minted that actually held above the mint price on the secondary market. So for me, it felt like the week was a little bit slower from secondary sales perspective. Many of the projects that I'm involved in got more difficult to flip and to resale without, you know, taking losses. And I don't really enjoy taking losses, so I very rarely put something below the price that I paid for it. But let me know if you had a different experience. Those are really the two projects that made the week for me. Now, I do want to bring to your attention some projects that I'm bullish on that are minting right now that haven't sold out. And let's start with the Wonder Quest. This is a project that started minting yesterday, and I really love this project. Between Crypto Mommy and I, we minted 16 eggs so far. The best egg that we got was a black egg. Now, I love this project because they already, for example, have land in Decentraland and are building out an experience in Decentraland, and they plan on doing the same thing in the sandbox, of course. And, you know, you can expect that we will have quests and challenges and journeys and tournaments and adventures. And, you know, dragons are potentially going to be coming out of these eggs. And who doesn't like eggs and dragons and just the whole feel of it? I don't know. I like the artwork that I'm seeing. I really like the founder. She's very, very active in the space. If you look on their website, she's got a ton of followers on Instagram, so she's well known. So I like that it's a visible founder and not some anonymous founder that we don't know if they're going to rug pull us tomorrow. I think this project is here to stay. Not financial advice, but I love this project, and it's still minting, so you know, still have an opportunity to buy some eggs if that's what you want to do. Now, you know, there is no way we could possibly do a weekly update regarding last week's projects without talking about the weird whales. Oh my goodness, I don't know where to put this project. Was it a good drop, a bad drop? I don't know. It's so difficult for me to rate this project, but here is the deal. Hopefully you all know what happened, but if you don't, basically a 12-year-old kid launched some whales out, and they sold out really, really fast. I think as soon as the community found out that it was a 12-year-old kid doing the project, you really started to see the community come together, show their support, and minted the heck out of the weird whales. I lost out on the initial mint and kind of all the craze of what happened, and found out about the whales after they had been minted. Now, right after they were minted, they had a huge run up. I mean, crazy run up, and out of nowhere, people start talking about the possibility that this kid isn't actually 12 years old, or that this kid doesn't actually exist and his identity was stolen to drop a project, and that this could be the biggest rug pull in history. Well, I personally started sleuthing this kid, and it started to make sense to me that this was very possible. That some kid on YouTube who wasn't active for over a year had his picture stolen, and a project was launched with copied really whales from Pinterest, and that we were all fooled. And I started to actually believe that that may be what was happening here. So I reached out to him on YouTube, and I asked him to please confirm that he was the one that actually released the NFT project on his YouTube channel, and that to confirm that that was his Twitter channel. When he responded to me, guys, the whales went banana. Of course, I had to buy some at that point, and I bought some very quickly. If you were up late at night, because it was pretty late when that happened, then you know that whales were going for maybe point zero 0.08, point 0.1, and within 5 minutes, I think I bought a whale for 0.18 and sold one for like 0.7 ETH, which was just absolutely insane. So you may ask, well, what do I think about the weird whales moving forward? Well, look, there's still one thing that's really bothering me, even though at this point I believe the kid is real. He's made social media appearances. Obviously, he's real. He might be 12, might be 15, who knows, but it doesn't matter. But I think there's still one thing that's kind of bothering me a little bit, and that is that I found that same exact whale on Pinterest. And so, it's not really art per se. And so if you're investing in this, you're doing it because you believe in this kid and, what he may produce in the future. And, there's always a chance, right, that with a kid that gets this much hype, that he does something really soon and announces something crazy that makes everybody go and buy the whales again. And right now, nobody's paying attention to the whales. They're back down to like 0.1 floor. And so, I'm not going to buy whales myself. I'm not really into it for the reasons that I just said. But, I wouldn't be shocked if something again happens with these whales. And so because it's starting to feel like a lot of these 10K mint or even NK, 8K mint projects are falling well below the mint price. And so it's starting to become a lottery for getting something super rare, or you're pretty much not going to make money. I started to kind of have an open mind towards some of the more artistic or the projects that bring artistical value on OpenSea that drop directly on OpenSea. And so I'm going to talk to you about 3 projects that I found this week that I quietly bought simply because I just like the art. I don't know what's going to happen with them. This is not financial advice, but I'm just telling you these are 3 sort of what I feel are relatively undiscovered projects that I think have some potential. Number 1 is Liverboy. Now, look at the art. I know it kind of looks a little bit like Ghosts, right? But it feels like people in the NFT space just like this stuff. I can't tell you that I would have ever thought that I liked it before getting into NFTs, but all of a sudden, I find myself liking this stuff too. It's kind of strange. But anyway, and so Liverboy actually already has a bit of a secondary market, and I bought 3 for 0.03 and already sold 2 of them for 0.2 and 0.3, I think. So I'm pretty, fortunate and happy in terms of how the secondary markets are going there. And more drops will be coming, so join their Discord and check out their drops and see if you can get one for 0.05, which is now the new drop price. Another one of these projects is the dolls. Again, creepy, just weird. And again, why am I so attracted to this? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you why, but I guess y'all influenced me into start liking this stuff. And so, I'm liking the dolls. I haven't actually been able to buy a doll yet. I enter the raffle pretty much every day, and I hope soon that I get the chance to buy a doll. And the last one in this set is Hello Unicorn. Now, I don't even know how I found these, but I just stumbled upon them, and we're sort of in the middle of drops every day at 0.02. And I don't know, the art, I just like it. I don't know, they're cute. They're different. And, I know nothing about the creator. I sent him a message today and asked him if he had a Discord. He said he was thinking about building one out. So it just feels like it's super early in a project, and this may go nowhere. I can tell you that I don't think there's been a single resale of a Hello Unicorn in the secondary market. So I've just kind of been buying up the ones that get dropped that I really like. This one right now being my favorite. So again, guys, none of this is financial advice, but it's just me trying something different out and buying into projects that I personally find an artistical value in, rather than just trying to play the lottery ticket and minting a bunch of stuff and hoping that I get some rares, because I don't know, maybe the sort of the tide's shifting a little bit in terms of how profitable those projects are going to be over the next little while. I'm certainly keeping a close eye and still participating in the ones that I feel have great potential. Now, one more project that I want to talk about in a positive light is Top Dog Beach Club. Guys, I was away during this drop, and this happened, I believe, about 3 weeks ago. And I didn't actually even find out about these when I got back until, I want to say, yesterday. Out of nowhere, I see all this marketing for Top Dog Beach Club, and what really got my attention is the founders tweeted out and said, if you buy any Top Dog Beach Club off the floor, we will send you a free physical print. That got me looking at the dogs, and oh my goodness, guys, why did nobody tell me about these? Look at the art value in these. How are these going below mint price? That doesn't even make any sense to me. This is literally out of, these random mint projects that we all engage in. This is the best art I've seen. Dare I say, guys, these dogs to me look better than even the apes. I know, call me crazy, but man, I don't know what we're doing, because this is the kind of project that I want physical prints of, and I'm going to put those prints in my basement right beside some of my physical NFT displays that are on their way. And I'm going to show you that, guys. This is a project I would be proud to actually display in my basement. And so I've been buying up the floor, guys. I thought I was going to buy one and get a physical print, and I think I got like 8 dogs now, and I'm not done buying. So not financial advice. I'm buying it simply because I love it. And I also got to claim some snacks token that you're going to be able to use to do things like purchase merch. Oh, by the way, the founder also sent me a code, and I was able to order my free merch on top of that. So I don't know, me, nothing but good vibes that I'm getting from this project right now. Now, the worst drop of the week, of course, has to go to Hall of Fame Goat Lodge. Look, many of us were super, super pumped for the goats. First of all, right, there's the thing that one of the artists belongs to the Bored Ape founders. And so I think that had a lot of people hyped. There were a ton of people in the Discord, a ton of active people in the Discord. The price at 0.08 made me question things, but I kind of knew it was going to sell out. I think all of us knew that it would be a gas war and that it would sell out. Now, whatever happened, drama ensued. The drop gets delayed by 48 hours. That's never a good thing for a project. And look, the project still sold out. It still sold out in minutes. It was still a gas war, although not as bad as Bulls on the Block, from what I remember. And I guess, what I'm not thrilled with is the floor price on these things is not doing well. I expected these goats to be revealed and to really do a little bit better from that perspective. Now, I did mint a lot. I minted 15, and then I tried to mint another 15 and somehow got some weird error related to gas, but they were still not sold out, and I still got dinged for 0.5 ETH in gas. So I'm not thrilled about that because I don't know what actually happened. And so, they got revealed. I got pretty lucky in that I got some pretty rare ones that I've already sold well before the market started to sort of die down and drop down. I'm still holding a bunch. I won't be selling them at these prices, but even if I did, I'd probably still be in profits. But I suspect that many of you, if you minted these and you only got commons, then you're probably not in profits and you probably paid high gas fees. So for me, that has to be the worst drop of the week. Now, the next drop that I don't think really went so well, not because of drama or anything, is the Galactic Secret Agency. And so these did sell out. I believe they might have taken a couple of days to sell out. I only found out about them a little bit later on when they were almost sold out. And I minted, I think, only 5 of them. For me to mint 5 means I'm not very confident in the project itself, or I know nothing about it and I don't see that much hype that I should be minting more than that. Now, these got revealed and I'm not really sure what it is, but the price has just been tanking. We are at like under 0.02 floor, and we paid 0.065 ETH to mint these, I believe. And so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the art, maybe the alien look is turning people off, but they're just not doing well. I have a pretty rare one that I literally can't give away for 0.13 ETH, which on a normal project, something that rare would definitely be going for way more money than that. Now, to show you how weird this NFT space can be sometimes and how completely unpredictable it can be, 2 projects that I personally like that are still selling and nothing has sold. Basically, The first one being Pepper Attack. Look, when I look at this art, and you know, it looks kind of cute, anime, but I love the utility and the roadmap behind it and the gamification experience that you're gonna get sometime in the roadmap. And the other one is Crypto Battle Arena. Look, I look at this project, I see activity in the Discord, founders that are very communicative, good looking art with the ninjas. Who the heck doesn't like ninjas? Gamification as well. But they've sold 192 ninjas. Why, guys? Why? Tell me. I don't understand. By the way, I haven't minted either one of these projects, so I'm not telling you to go mint them because I haven't minted them myself. Why have I not minted them? Because, guys, for me, it's very important that a project shows an indication that it's going to sell out. I like to see people buying into the project. Right now, there's no incentive with either one of these projects to buy early. And I don't know, is it the price? Because, you know, Crypto Battle Arena is at 0.08 ETH, although the Pepper ones are 0.05 ETH, so I'm not really sure it's the price. But I'm really curious to get your feedback as to why you haven't minted these projects and then other projects sell out with hype in like 5 minutes. Now, if I see either one of these pick up in terms of sales, maybe the founders will do something creative to try and get sales rolling. Crypto Battle Arena actually did their reveal early. They promised their reveal later in the week, and today they revealed all their ninjas, and the ninjas look pretty cool to me. But people are still not buying them. So guys, let me know why, because I want to buy them, but we got to be in this together. Guys, we you know, we can't let one man on his own, you know, leave there with, you know, with his ETH tied up for life when nobody else bought. This only works one way. We either all in this and we all mint, or none of us mint. So let me know, guys, what's going on? What's your opinion on these two projects, and why have you not minted them if you did know about them? All right, guys, the last project I'm going to talk about, we haven't minted yet, and it's called Vogu. And I know by the time you see this video, we will have minted Vogu. This is a pretty hyped project, for sure the biggest hype project of the week that I can think of, and it's only Monday. There's only 7,700 of them. I believe the limit is 17 that you can mint in one transaction, meaning whales are going to get a hold of this one. Gas gonna be jacked up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get my hand on some. I'm definitely gonna try. I don't think if I'm gonna guess, I don't know that these are gonna be positive EV value without landing some seriously rare stuff. I anticipate that we could see a very small number of holders in this one, and then some dumpage after the fact for commons under the mint price. But I really am hyped about this project. I'm a little bit kamikaze, so I'm gonna give this one a shot, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and mint, and it'll be super cool to talk about what happened, you know, in next week's update video, because this one can go one of two ways. Hey guys, I decided before I put out the video to come back and effectively talk about the Vogu launch. Clearly that didn't go well. You probably all know this by now. We didn't get to mint. They had some technical difficulties. But the worst part is that some people actually got to mint through the contract because it was the UI that effectively had the issues. So those that are accustomed to minting through the contract were able to mint for a certain period of time before they realized that was happening, and they closed the contract down. So I figured I would leave you with this in this video, and that is how to mint through a contract. And you know, I was trying to mint through the UI and not the contract, even though I know how to mint through contract. I'm going to change that from now on. I think from now on, I'm just going to mint through contract, period, regardless of the UI, as it just seems to be, at least it removes one factor from potentially having issues. All right, so to mint through a contract, the first thing you need to do is get the contract address. Please get it from the founders, the creators' Discord. Do not get it anywhere else. Do not trust anyone else. Do not even get it from sort of, you know, if you're in the Discord and somebody posts a link to a contract address, just, you know, make sure that they're one of the mods, but ideally they've got to post it in their announcement, so they got it pinned at the top, and so you're sure you're getting the right contract address. Now, when you get the contract and you go to that link, it takes you to etherscan.io, which is where you can see all sorts of transactions and contracts out on the Ethereum blockchain. So what we can do is, the first tip that I'll show you is actually if you go into the token tracker over here where I just clicked, you will see the max supply, which is effectively the total number minted so far. It's kind of tricky. It's not really max supply of how many can be minted. It's how many have been minted to date. You will see with Vogu that 1,766 have already been minted and 414 holders, and the UI was broken, and all of these were minted through the contract directly. But what I do in every single mint that I'm part of, I have the screen open all the time, and I'm watching the count go up so that I know that if I'm in a gas war and I've got a pending transaction, that I can cancel that transaction as soon as it looks like it's going to be sold out and my transaction isn't going to go through. Okay, so back to the contract itself. So how to mint through a contract. The other thing that you can see is the balance in ETH for the contract itself as well. But the really important thing is you'll see over here contract with a check mark. And you can, I know this looks overwhelming if you're not super technical, but this is actually really easy. So I highly encourage you to learn this process if you're a complete NFT degen like me. All right, so if you go over to write contract, all right, the first thing you have to do is connect your wallet, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that and connect my wallet up. My wallet's now connected. You'll see it shows a green dot showing your wallet's connected. One tip here is, for me, many contracts, for whatever reason, the first time I connect the wallet, it doesn't really connect, and then I have to connect the second time before it's really connected. I don't know why that happens on either scan, but it happens to me almost every single time, if not every single time. Now, you'll go over to the Mint Vogu function of the contract, and the one thing that you do have to know is how much do I need to pay per Vogu, because there's no UI here telling you that. So you have to do your research first and know how much are they charging for the Vogu, or else your transaction will fail if you put the wrong amount. And my understanding is, I'm pretty sure you'll lose the tax if your transaction the gas fees if your transaction fails. And the next thing you put is how many do you want to mint. So Vogu's max 17. So tomorrow, if you want to mint 17, and they're 0.07, and then you go to write contract, and your typical MetaMask wallet will show up at that point. And so make sure to look at how much gas am I paying, and effectively, right, like if right now this is showing like wacky gas, like 0.37 ETH, and that's just because the contract's not actually open for minting, and you will see that. That'll happen when you're minting too early. So what I do personally is I'm like a couple minutes early, right? And I'm clicking right. And then, gas looks whack. I reject. I go in again. And then when the contract's open, you will see reasonable amount of gas at that point. And then the first thing, I wasn't intending to talk about this, but why not? The first thing I do is click edit, go to advanced, and I'll up the gas. Say, if I think I need 200 Gwei here to mint, to win this gas war, then I'll up it to 200, click save, and then you go ahead and you can mint. That's it. That's how you mint through the contract. Almost everything is the same, except you're not in a UI. You're directly in the contract, and you got to know two variables. How many am I minting? So make sure you know what the max amount that you can mint is if you're going for max amount. And then how much do I need to pay for each mint? All right, guys, I hope that helps. So once again, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Checking out now. Love you all. Peace.